My name is Bob Holt, Holt, last name Friedenthal, spelled Friedenthal. I also call myself a LinkedIn junkie. I've been doing LinkedIn for at least 16 years. And I got into the internet like 30 years ago when there's only 30 million people in the world on it. And I knew it's where I wanted to be. So I have done over 200 of these interviews in the last 18 months, add a few months to it. And it's beyond my wildest dream. I'm having more fun than you shake a stick at. So I'm lucky I get to interview people that I meet and they can, you can get a sense of them. So Wesley, why don't you give us your contact information?
Well, first of all, my name is Wesley Harris, and I live in the greater Los Angeles area in the San Fernando Valley. My contact information is 805-613-7388 is my phone number.
Is that a mobile number?
That's one of them. You want another one?
No, that's good.
And my email is Wesley, WESLEY _Harris, HARRIS @me.com.
Excellent. All right. So there's, people that I'm interviewing have occupations that they're trying to find more clientele. So give us a very strong action plan, if you will, for what you do.
For what I do or what I want to be done?
Oh, that's a great statement. Okay, want to be done is fine with me.
Well, I'm looking for people who want to have their money work as hard for them as they work for their money. So I think of that as people who are doing very well, but don't have free time to really manage. I mean, you see all these things about how they're going to be coming on with more apps on the phone for you to be able to check your banking services and your investments. And I realize almost every time you press a button, it's costing you a fee. So I'm not one of those. And I want the people who want to place their money in for the long term and pays regularly, just kicks out money over and over.
Fascinating. So give us some more detail.
Well, the thing is that the investors that we work with tell us that absolutely the most important thing for them is that they have to feel it's paramount that they feel their money is safe at all times. Now, does that make a lot of sense to you?
Certain circumstances, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And so they like the safety and security provided by what we do. And it's for the long term. And the reason I say the long term is because historically, in 10 years' time, everything goes up. And also, it's nice to work one time and get paid monthly for 10 years. So that's another kind of a self-serving reason, but it works for me. I don't know about you, but monthly income. I was in the entertainment business for a long time, and I still get checks with little residuals for things I did 8 to 10 to 12 years ago. And now some of them, they're only 38 cents, but it's still nice to get a little reward or recognition. And so it's nice to get that. And that's what I think of the long-term cash flow. The other thing is using the advantages that you get with the tax benefits of investing in real estate.
So this is all regarding real estate.
Our program is around real estate, using real estate as the basis to help people as investors make money, but help people get into home ownership for the first time. We buy houses at wholesale prices, sell them at full retail, but we sell them to what we affectionately call, we don't mean this in a negative way, lunch pail Joe neighborhoods, for the neighborhoods where you've got the working man, you've got the self-employed, you've got the small business owner who's really having to work more than they really need to. They haven't learned all the advantages of making money as much as making a salary or making a paycheck. And isn't this nice? Sorry about that. My public. And anyway, so where was I? At the tax benefits, that if you remember, we had to force the former president to release his tax information. And it turns out he didn't pay a few years, and a few other years were only $750. Now, why? Well, I'm not going to get into the political analysis or anything, but there are advantages on discounts, on deductions for the real estate investor than there are on other things, or being in a syndication.
By the way, not to interrupt you, but I'm an old tax guy, and you are spot on, absolutely spot on what you're talking about.
It's the way that they drew up the tax code. He didn't do anything wrong. He took advantage of all the legal ways that he can deduct, and he did.
Right.
So if you want to get those advantages, talk to me.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Here I am.
Well, look.
But I haven't even finished.
Oh, go ahead.
Then you get a high rate of return, and you also get what we call the market growth. You're in real estate. The first deal, I'll tell you something that I normally don't tell people, but it's just you and me, Bob.
Okay.
So the first real estate deal I ever got involved in, I was 2.
Okay.
My grandfather, father, and uncle were commercial industrial real estate brokers in Dallas, Texas. And my grandfather bought some property and put it in my name when I was 2 years old. Now, he bought it way out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, just absolutely nowhere. And he had to wait, and 17 years later, when I'm walking through the living room one night, he goes, "Your property sold." And I went, "What?" And he goes, "Your property sold." "Oh, I forgot to tell you. When you were 2, I bought some property in your name and it just sold." Well, as I say, he went out way in the middle of nowhere and bought property and let it just sit for 17 years, paying the minuscule little taxes at that time, and happily gave me the reward. But that property is a small portion of Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport today.
Oh, wow. Very interesting.
But it was 17 years before they came in and bought it up and did all that. So that's part of what you call market appreciation. Now, the negative on that is you don't get any money until you sell. And that's what I like about the program that we have set up. You invest some money, you start making a return on your money immediately for monthly or quarterly or semi-annually, however you want to get it. You can still leave it and set it aside and take one lump sum at the end. But cash flow, you get tax benefits. And you being a tax guy, you probably know of 179A on the tax forms. That's where we get to take advantage of some of the deductions that aren't always allowed for other businesses.
Yeah, so true. So true. This is great stuff, because what's happening is I'm interviewing you for people that might be interested in what you do. In fact, hopefully they're interested in what you do. And as a result of that, what we look for is people to contact you from that. So I don't want to go too much over in terms of, the interview. I try to keep them very short, and we're already over. But I feel that this is a gentleman that knows something about what he's doing. How many years have you been doing that?
off and on all my life.
Okay. And
I,
you're,
I took
he's
that first. I can't. We don't have time. I'll call me on the phone and I'll tell you all about it.
okay. We're only like what we discovered in when we started this conversation. We're only like 5, 6, 7 days apart.
Yep.
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 And I'm no child. So you can tell us by our white beards. Anyway, do us a favor, Wesley, give us your contact information all over again.
The best number might be the different one that I gave you at first. It's 818-216-3663. Email address is Wesley, WESLEY _ Harris, HARRIS @me.com.
Very good stuff. And by the way, my name is Bob Holt Friedenthal. You can, if you're interested in having an interview done for you, you can call me at or text me at 310-736-5787, or you can send me an email to bob@mycity.com. And if you'd like an interview, just give me a holler. So in the meantime, I'm going to be signing us off, and I can't wait to see how this video comes out and what it looks like. Thank you much.
Thank you.